Hello everyone. So in this part of the ADK tutorial, the Agent Development Kit tutorial, I'll be walking you through a application where I'll be connecting an MCP toolbox for databases and an agent development kit. So basically, the MCP toolbox will be used as the backend, and the agent development kit will query the data from this database, and we'll be developing a short travel agent application. So uh, first, to set up the database, we need to provision a cloud SQL for Postgres database that will have the hotel database and the sample data. So I've already done that, and as you can see that this is the Google Cloud platform, and I have created a table which is hotel in the Postgres instance, and these are some of the sample data that I have imported. So this is the first part of the MCP toolbox uh, setup. Then um, we will follow by designing and developing an agent using ADK that will utilize this MCP toolbox to answer the queries. So as you can see that there are few hotels that I have imported from across different locations, just dummy ones from Basel, Zurich, Lucerne, Geneva, Zurich, etc. And this is the agent application that I have developed, which is basically fetching the data from that database, which is the MCP toolbox. As you can see, we can say that what can you do for me? Uh, I would like to search for hotels, and as soon as I give it a special name, let's say Basel, and it will invoke the search hotel by location and search hotel by uh, location, and it will give me the availability and everything. Let's say that suggest few hotels in Zurich. As you can see that it got me the location by hotels by location, and here are some of the hotels like Marriott Zurich, Courtyard Zurich, and Sheraton Zurich, which are present in our database as well. So it is directly being queried from the database. So this is what I have developed. It is directly querying the data from the MCP toolbox, and this is the visual backend of MCP toolbox. As you can see that if we I want to query search hotel by location, and if I type Zurich and then I do run tool, then it will give me JSON fetching the data from the database for MCP toolbox. This can be done just by so first we have our agent. This is the Google Shell terminal. We have it running. I will walk you through all the steps, but since this is already running, I'll just show you that there are two filters. One is based on the location and one is based on the name. So I can just query any, let's say that I say Hayat, let's say, oopsie. Okay, then I'll do, then yeah, it will bring me that specific list. So the location is Basel, as you can see that it is bringing from the particular entry from the database. So yeah, this is what we'll be I have developed, and I'll walk you through that entire process. So yeah, first we need to create a Postgres instance in the Google Cloud. So for that, the these are the set of commands which will so these are the specific APIs that we'll be using for our application or the agent. And then for the Postgres part, we need to set up an instance and create a database name HotelDB instance. As you can see, the name is HotelDB, HotelDB instance, and we have one table which is hotels. So yeah, it is directly bringing from there, and this is the Postgres setup. And yeah, so this is the database setup that we need to do. It can directly be done from this terminal. Now, the next part is, uh, yeah, the part that we just saw, prepare the hotel database. We have that already over here. Select star from hotel, and then we, as soon as we do run, we have the sample data right over here. Okay. Yeah, so this part demonstrates how to mock the data. Yeah, moving on to the next part. Yeah, so this is the very important and the most particular thing that we need to follow. Set up the MCP toolbox for the database. So basically, MCP toolbox for databases is an open source MCP server for database. It was designed with an enterprise kit, and it basically enables to develop tools easier. It can be used as a database which can be queried from agents or any other enterprise grade applications. So as you can see that it acts as a layer between the IDs or the orchestration framework. In our case, it's agent for the application, or it can be agent for developer assistance, and it can be stored to this multiple places like the Firestore, Bigtable, BigQuery, and all those things. So these are the command to create the MCP toolbox. As you can see right over here, if I go to open terminal, I have this my agent hotel agent right over here, and the MCP toolbox setup right over here. So this MCP this will create MCP toolbox directory. Followed by that, we have this YAML file which has the set of instructions of what to do and what filter to use when what kind of command is given. Okay. Yeah, so this part shows configuring the YAML file. Make sure to replace your project ID, which is mentioned over here, with your project ID. It can be found over here in the settings of your project. Let me just, yeah, as you can see, it will give you the project ID. Okay, yeah. So this is about configuring the YAML file. So what is basically happening over here? Let's understand this. The sources over here, as you can see, these sources, they represent your data sources that a tool can interact with. It's basically a place where it can get the information. A source represents a data source that can interact with the or communicate. It acts as a bridge, and tools define the action as an agent can take. For basically in our case, search based on the name or search based on the location. So these are the tools that we are using. As I previously showed you, there are two things: search based on location and search based on name. So that are the tools. And finally, we have a set of tool set that allows you to define a group of tools that you want to be able to load together. So then we have that YAML file set up, and we have that particular MCP toolbox running on the 5000 port. And yeah, so as we go, one of the terminal is using that MCP toolbox, as you can see right over here. uh, yeah, so toolbox file.yaml. As soon as we give that command, and it will invoke this part where you can search by name. I can give it a try once again. Let's say burn. Let's select burn. It should give us best western burn. Okay, BERN burn. Yeah, so as you can see that it gave us the JSON best western burn. Yeah, so this thing is running quite well now. And moving on to the next part. So this means that we have successfully configured the database with the MCP toolbox, and that's the reason this backend is able to communicate with the database. Okay, yeah, this is the steps that we just saw live. Yeah, and yeah, this is a very interesting part. We can communicate with the MCP toolbox directly in the command line interface. We just need to create the folder name Gemini CLI project. As you can see over here, I have created that, and it has the it will basically add the scope of the MCP toolbox throughout the project, and we can directly ask all the questions. So I'll just directly hop on to this and show you how it works. So as you can see that as soon as we write, uh, let's see, okay, hotels in Zurich. Yeah. As soon as I hit the enter, I will be able to. It asks me that MCP tool is asking to uh, search hotel by location. Do I want to allow? I press 1 and it allows, and it will give me uh, these. I found these hotels in Zurich. So these are specifically from our database. So it's so cool that you can directly communicate with this from the command line. Okay, all right. Yeah. So this shows that we have successfully configured the MCP servers using command line interface. Let's Yeah, this is the most interesting part where we will be integrating our MCP toolbox with the agent development kit. As we previously saw in the demonstration, that for creating an agent, we need a specific set of files. We can, so as you can see that if we want to create an agent, we need to first create a directly, let's say it can be anything. In our case, I have named my agents, and we have the init file which basically acts as a package which tells that you need to run this package when an agent is executed. So it is just telling that run this agent, and what we have in this agent is basically the code that you want to go to this local server and answer the questions about the city and the name. So yeah, the basic setup of a agent follows like this is the agent that we want to invoke, the init file and the agent file which will have all the code. Alright, so these are the specific set of instructions which are given that what when we want to create our agent. Let's see over here. Okay, yeah. So what is the project ID that we want to use, and what yeah, as you can see that creating the virtual environment and then installing the necessary packages that are given over here, and then finally after installing the packages. All right. Yeah, so here we go. Install all that. Yeah, ADK create hotel agent app. As soon as we give this command, it will create this two files along with the .env file, which will have all the configurations for our Google Cloud setup. Yeah. Finally, we have the logic where we have set up the Vertex API. Don't forget to enable that API in your Google Cloud, or else it won't work. And make sure that the billing is enabled over there. Yeah, so we have all the setup right over here. We have our agent setup. If you need any code, it is also available on my GitHub as well as this demonstration. So you can directly pick up from that. Yeah, and once you have that code running, and then you can directly say ADK run or ADK web, and it will be running that on the server. Let's say I just aborted, and then as soon as I say uh, right over here we have everything. All right. Okay. Yeah. So as soon as I say ADK web, it will run the. Okay. So as soon as I open this, yeah, we have our suggest me few hotels. Okay, so as you can see, it is asking me, could you provide the city or the name of the hotel you're looking for? Okay, let's say Zurich, because that's what we have in our database. Oh, so it precisely invoked search hotel by location and suggested these hotels. You can try which hotels are available in Bern, and it will precisely get me those Comfort Inn and Western Bern and the checkout and check-in dates. Yeah, so this is where we are communicating, or the agent is communicating from the Postgres database that we have created. So yeah, in this video we just found that how we can connect that directly from our agent, and yeah, so in this shows that in one of the terminal we are running our MCP toolbox, and in one of the terminal we have our agent running. And yeah, so as you can see that this is the agent that we just saw, and this was the MCP server. We can also search here by name as soon as yeah, so this is the backend and this is the front end basically. Okay, so this is it for this video. Thank you.